10 questions compared to our normal 20 because I couldn't find any good websites that had 20. The only website I found has only 10 questions, and I think that those 10 questions they're almost too easy. A lot of them are a bit common sense, and it says on the website that it's 3rd or 4th grade level or whatever. So I guess that that gave some evidence to my assumption that I thought they were easy. Well, not my assumption, my opinion that I thought that they were easy or whatever. But anyways, so I apologise that I couldn't find anything better, and I also just wanted to record a shorter video today because I've been feeling very stressed lately with uni and everything. So I thought that I would keep the videos shorter. I will prioritize making a video over making it long, so that I can kind of keep my momentum, keep, I guess, my motivation, or keep the habit, what's the word? The schedule, I guess. I guess habit would be a better word, because it's more myself to make sure that I don't get used to not doing it. Because it would be very easy for me to get used to not doing it, because I'm pretty lazy, if I'm going to be honest. That's, just me being honest. But anyways, sorry for my disappearance last week. I've just had so many assessments. If anyone goes to uni, I'm sure you know. I think it's the same in America, with their colleges. But you will start, and then you'll have nothing for a month or 2 months, depending on your classes. And then all of a sudden, you'll be given every single assessment ever known to man, in the span of 3 weeks, 2 weeks. So I've had all my big assessments in this, I guess, 3-week block. So now all I've got left are 2 smaller ones and then my final exams. So I should hopefully be a little bit more relaxed, and I haven't started those final ones yet. I will start those soon. I've just been having a break period. So sorry for talking your ears off. Let's get started on these questions. So, as I've said, these are going to be about the Victorian era, and I've chosen these because I'm currently playing Victoria 3, the video game, if anyone is aware of it. If anyone knows of it, is aware of it. Anyways, but yeah, I've been playing it. I've been struggling to play it, because it's got a bit of a learning curve that I think I've navigated it alright, but there's definitely always more to learn with that type of game, because I've only played about 30 hours. And I see people online going when I've been googling help to some issues that I've been having, people online will go oh, I only have 1,000 hours, or I only have or I only have 200 or whatever. But I think I did see someone the other day actually say I only have 1,000 hours, and I'm jeez, how long does it take to become well acquainted? Anyways, let's just begin, because I keep talking your ear off, and I apologise. So, see, you'll now see why I thought that it was a bit too easy. So let's begin. Question number 1. The Victorian period was a time of great expansion in Europe. Your two options are true or false. The Victorian period was a time of great expansion in Europe. We will just, my guess is true, and I think a lot of people will know that that is true. And I presume it's going to talk about, industrialization, the Industrial Revolution, the movement of people from the agricultural industry to industries, to factories and urban setting, the movement of people from rural to urban landscapes, or environments, I suppose. Let's see. This era witnessed advancements in technology, industrialization, and colonialism, leading to the expansion of European influence and power globally. It says something about the British Empire being at its peak. Number 2. Who was the inventor of the telephone? Your three options include Conan Doyle, Alexander Graham Bell, or Thomas Edison. I've just said that it's common sense and that it's all easy, but to be honest, I don't know the answer to this question. There's two people who I suspect it could be, and that is Alexander Graham Bell or Thomas Edison. I'm leaning more towards Thomas Edison, but I don't know, I'm not too confident. Let's guess Thomas Edison. Bummer. The correct answer to that question is Alexander Graham Bell. Alexander Graham Bell. And it just says it was Alexander Graham Bell because Thomas was mostly famous for inventing the light bulb and Conan Doyle was an author. No offense to Conan Doyle, but I was not aware who they were. Please excuse the fact that I accused this quiz of being too easy and then proceeded to get a question wrong. So excuse that. So, question number 3. I've already bumped the answer, so I can't guess alongside you all. But the question is, when did Queen Victoria become Queen? Your three options include 1837, 1842, or 1847. I'll go on a little rant about what I know about her, just to make up for the fact that I got the previous question wrong and that I can't make a guess on this one. To be honest, I don't even know if I would have gotten it right, but still. Queen Victoria, she ascended to the throne when she was 18, I think. And she, succeeded her, uncle. I truly cannot remember the man's name, which is crazy. William. It might have been William. I'm not sure. King William IV. ancestral home was. But yeah, and it Victoria was, I think, the daughter of the third son, because it went to George, and then I think William, or maybe there was another one. But all I know is that obviously, given that she inherited the throne from her uncle, her dad had passed away before the throne got to him. So yeah, and it's interesting. I find it interesting because she is one of the very few legitimate children of, she was a legitimate grandchildren of George and Charlotte, because they had, I think, 15 kids. They had a ridiculous amount of children, and they kept their daughters unmarried for too long, and then by the time they got married, they were kind of past baby rearing age, and their sons had so many mistresses and heaps of illegitimate children, and there was one legitimate child who was Charlotte, who was, I think, George's daughter, but she passed away in childbirth, and that started the baby race, which produced Queen Victoria. Anyways, so when did Queen Victoria become queen? The answer is 1837. Question number 4. When did Queen Victoria die? Now this one I actually do know. Your four options include 1896, 1901, 1906, or 1911. When did Queen Victoria? When did Queen Victoria die? My personal guess / what I'm almost positive is the correct answer is 1901. The correct answer is 1901. The same year that Australia federated. Question number 5. I accidentally bumped that one as well, but it's a common sense one. No offense to anyone who doesn't know. Question number 5. The Industrial Revolution happened during the Victorian era. Your options include true or false. So, did the Industrial Revolution occur during the Victorian era? And I guess I already spoiled the answer to that question because I went on a massive rant about it before. So, the correct answer is true. Question number 6. What is the Victorian era? And it says the time between the birth and crowning of Queen Victoria, the time between the birth and death of Queen Victoria, the time between the crowning and death of Queen Victoria, or the time following the death of Queen Victoria. My guess is going to be the time between the crowning and the death of Queen Victoria. Okay, that is the correct answer. It says this era, which lasted from 1837 to 1901, was characterized by significant social, cultural, and economic changes in the United Kingdom. Queen Victoria's reign is often associated with strict social norms, industrialization, imperialism, and the expansion of the British Empire. Question number 7. Where was Queen Victoria born? Your 3 options include Kensington Palace, London, Buckingham Palace, London, or Hampton Court Palace, London. I'm going to guess, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to guess Kensington Palace just because, there's like this whole thing called the Kensington system that Queen Victoria was raised under, because I think, her mother was really, like, concerned about her, like, her safety, because she was the heir to the throne, and because, there was a lot of competition between the brothers of Queen Victoria's father, like her uncles. They were all competing to have, like, the next kid who will inherit the English throne. And I think I don't know who, so don't quote me, people suspected that Queen Victoria's, I don't remember the man's name, it was her like father's, like, younger brother, like the next in line right after her father. I think there were concerns that he was gonna, like, try something and stuff like that. So she didn't have the best childhood, basically, because she was constantly kept under, like, strict supervision. So I'm going to guess she was born in Kensington Palace. Oh. Well, the website just completely refreshed and got grumpy at me. But it's alright. What I did see, though, was that she was born in Kensington Palace. Let me just try it again. Yeah. Okay. She was born, the correct answer. Said she was born in Kensington Palace. Question number 8. Which of these societal concerns was not a major focus of reform movements during the Victorian era in England? Your 4 options include child labour, women's suffrage, environmental pollution, or prison conditions. Which were not a major focus of reform movements in Victorian England? Just to repeat, the 4 options include child labour, women's suffrage, environmental pollution, or prison conditions, or prison conditions, or prison conditions. I'm going to guess environmental pollution, because, they were industrializing at, like, a crazy rate. I don't think they really thought about environmental pollution. Not saying it's not important, but I don't think they thought that it was important. Anyways, the correct answer is environmental pollution. Question number 9. What year did Queen Victoria become the first Empress of India? Your 3 options include 1876, 1840, 1876, or 1837. Well, there's those two really early dates and the one later one. And I think, if I remember correctly, 1837 was when she ascended to the throne. I'm going to guess it was 1876, because I think the British Empire expanded under her. Yeah, the correct answer is 1876, as the year when Queen Victoria became the first Empress of India. Now, it's time for the lucky last question. Question number 10. Which of the following occurred during the reign of Queen Victoria? Your four options include: the first postage stamp came into use, the telephone is invented, the television is invented, or the gramophone is invented. I would not normally guess this, but I'm going to guess this just because, logic tells me it isn't this, but I'm going to guess it is because there's a scene from a TV show I watched where they're talking about this, so I think this one might actually be true. My guess is going to be, out of all those four options, the one that occurred during the reign of Queen Victoria was the first postage stamp came into use. I have to submit it. I'm not sure. Which of the following occurred during the reign of Queen Victoria? Yeah. Okay, that one. It was all of them except the television. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense why I felt like I was gravitating towards like the television. Sorry, not the television. The telephone or the gramophone, but I chose the stamps. That makes sense. The scene, the TV show that I was referring to is very aptly named Victoria. And it's good, and I watched it, and there's a whole scene where they're talking about how silly it is to have her face on she was like, oh, so people be licking my face. Anyways, that being said, with all that done and dusted, I can't believe there were only 10 questions, yet this video is half an hour long. I really don't get how it takes so long to do this, but anyways, thank you very much for watching today's video.